What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and today is the day that Cammi gets recruited. That's right, it's time for the task list finale. This one won't exactly be the shortest part of the Spec Op, so we're not even wasting time. We begin with the last research, and with that task complete, we get 1200 XP and the Quickdraw plasma pistol. The XP doesn't really excite us, but the pistol really does. So I can't wait to finish this set. 2 pieces down and 2 to go. That's right, I actually won the daily roulette item already. As for the next task, you have to use the Quickdraw plasma pistol in combat. So you have to equip it, then you can use it in any mission, in or outside of the Spec Op. And we only have to use it once. So this is a pretty easy task. Since we'll need to clear through Mission 3 in Spec Op later, I figured we might as well go there. And we're also using Hellcat. As you may have noticed, we have all of her abilities, so she is at level 9. And that means PvP's coming soon. So far, she's a pretty decent character, but you have to worry about those melee attacks. There's always going to be an elite EISO agent. Well, probably like 90% of the time. Maybe there's another character with the elite EISO. Either way, it's not good for her. But as far as this task, it really was easy. We actually finished it. And so we're going to go ahead and use the 21 gun salute, which will very likely end this first wave. So moving on to the next one, we're going to use that plasma pistol one more time. Kind of just to be extra thorough. Hellcat begins, so we'll attack the infiltrator with our Cleaving Claws. Say that 5 times fast. Then we follow it up with a Krav Maga. Next we'll use our free action, and that's to hire Luke Cage, followed by the Smothering Shadow. And like I said, we'll fire the pistol one more time. I'll focus this attack on the final henchman. It does very nice damage on the Yardbird, so that's pretty promising. Then Thunderball's going to attack, and we preemptively counter with Hellcat, so that's her passive. And on his next attack, she's going to hit him one more time. So he's pretty close to death, and Iron Patriot will easily end this fight. Alright, so the end of this encounter means that task is down, and we'll get to move on to number 23. First though, we'll collect 1200 experience for our agent. Personally, I'd rather have silver, but we'll take the XP. At least it builds towards an extra gold after level 300. It used to just be a complete waste. Now 23 of 25 is Z-Mask, defeat Baron Zemo. He's going to be the boss in Mission 3. So we're going to clear out to him and then we'll be right back. Ah, the power of editing. If only we could actually do this in real life. So here we are at the first wave, and it has Mini Boss Batroc. I'll be honest, I'm absolutely terrible at doing other accents. But I do have to say, every time I see this guy, I say in a weird accent to myself, Batroc de l'Hyper. Now the great news is he's going to be extremely easy to take down. Well, depending on your agent setup, but he's much tougher, or puts up a lot more fight in the sim. This guy can actually get pretty annoying there. Part of what makes these encounters easy is Pepsi Can Iron Patriot and a pretty OP agent. Cammi, not so much. But hey, I guess she did something there. And she didn't take any damage, so I can at least say that for her. After the mini boss attacks our agent, we're going to absorb energy and unleash some counters. So on our upcoming agent's turn, we're going to heal Iron Patriot up, and then we may actually let the fugitive die to dots. Anytime you have a setup similar to this, you'll want to top up your team. So use any items, recharge, and let those dots do the work. In the very next wave, you're going to face 2 mini bosses, Death Locket and Madam Mask. And they can actually do some damage if they get going. My main strategy here is to stop them from doing that, especially that blaster. So we hit her with a single target attack, then we're going to unleash a 21 gun salute. By the end of this, I'm hoping they're knocked out or at least very severely wounded. And since they live, we're going to use one of our Chrono Accelerators. We have a lot of them. Then we'll cast full overcharge and go back at them with a 21 gun salute. This time, they're done. So yeah, we definitely accelerated this wave. You may have a little bit more problems with them. But watch out for Death Locket if you're using a Bruiser agent. If you use a Generalist, which I used to always do, you should be fine. As for the final wave, it's going to be Baron Zemo and 2 thugs. So it's really not that difficult. We're going to begin our turn by using a Shawarma on Iron Patriot. Then my agent's going to protect. He does encounter, but he does get that absorb energy. And another one. After that, with Cammi, I'm going to actually shield her, and I forgot that she could even shield herself. Until someone reminded me of it the other day. So we'll do that, then use a jetpack combo on the boss. My hope is that with a shield she'll deal damage with that shield slam ability, but I don't think she will. On my agent's turn, we're basically going full out. Our free action, Smothering Shadow, and then hopefully a big attack. Actually, we're going to use the Atom Smasher, and that's going to end this fight. So a fairly quick boss encounter, and that's good because we have another one coming up very soon. First though, we get a very nice score, and task number 23 is complete. So another 1200 experience, and we can go on to number 24. For this one, you have to get 3 stars of mastery in missions 1, 2, and 3. And we're just missing 3, so we have to finish this mission, then we'll have to rerun it for number 25. Once again, skipping ahead through the power of editing, we have number 25 complete, and this one actually does give us silver, so we appreciate that. Task number 25 though, is going to be to defeat the Epic Boss Death Locket. And she is the Epic Boss of Mission 3. In order to get this fight to appear, you have to do every battle, including the end boss fight. You can fight the mini bosses with him though. And you have to complete all of the deploys. This includes Spider-Gwen and Kate Bishop. So you need those 2 heroes in order to deploy them. If you can't, you'll have to spend gold to skip this task, because you won't get the epic boss to appear. I'm sorry that it comes down to that, it is annoying, and I'll agree with you on that. But in the fight itself, you'll face 3 henchmen, then the next wave's going to have Death Locket and 2 more thugs. I think the devs once said they called them grunts, but I just can't get that stuck in my head. Either way though, the grunts are easy, but Death Locket has 27k HP. That's quite a bit. We won't end up making this one quite as quick as the last fight. But we are going to use a Chrono Accelerator on my agent. So then he can use his free action, Smothering Shadow. And lastly, we'll use the Blade of the Guardian on the epic boss. Yeah, I know I'm kind of ahead, but we know what we're going to do here. The problem is, like I said, she has a ton of HP. And by the way, myself and a few others were saying we'd like to see this character as a playable character at some point. So I wonder if that's a possibility. She just seems interesting and like there's a lot of work put into her. Her abilities seem different. I don't know what it is. But what do you think? Would you like Death Locket in the game? Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other heroes and villains that I'd rather see first. But she's actually finished. And so I think that makes it easier to add her. But what do I know? I kind of made a mistake on this fight with Iron Patriot's momentary advantage, but that's fine. We're still going to take her down really soon, and then we'll finish that last task. On our next turn though, unfortunately, we're going to have to recharge. So Iron Patriot won't get to attack this time. Also, we have to wait through quite a few attacks. But we pass our turn with War Machine. Same thing with Cammi, I don't even feel like attacking with her. And then on my agent's turn, we're going to use Alluring Light. Because of all this, the fight gets dragged out a little bit longer, and Death Locket doesn't quite go down to her dots. So she's gonna fire again on us. And she starts doing some serious damage. She had me a little worried, I'll admit, especially after this rapid fire. But ultimately, we're gonna go ahead and use a healing item, and then we'll let Cammi finish her off. That actually seems pretty fitting. So there it is, Cammi gets the knockout blow on Death Locket. And that's going to take us to the end of task number 25. Plus the end of the spec op, at least task wise. As a reward for this, we'll get 1 CP and of course, the new spec op hero. The Tactician Cammi. So we will look at her recruitment animation and dialogue. And we'll have to check her out later. So don't worry, we won't see her in action just yet. But I'll show her in a video very soon. With the addition of Cammi, we have every character in the game once again. So that's awesome, and I'm pretty happy with that. So, you're the G-Man that busted me out of Zemo's prison. Guess I should be thanking you. I'm no good at being a kid, so if you need someone who can hold their own, you can count on me. Alright, so that's it for the task list, so we're going to go ahead and check out the roulette, and then we'll wrap this one up. So on this Epic Boss roulette, there's actually the complex maneuver EISO. This would be incredible to win. It's not a cheap one, and I don't have it. So I am hoping for that so much. Don't get me wrong, I need that piece of the set as well. I'm actually really excited about this spin. I didn't even know that was going to be on here. We do end up getting something, but it's the collapsing AISO. So I'm happy, but I'm tempted to respin. Honestly, I'm going to do it, so disclaimer, respinning's usually a terrible idea. But I have heard, and saw some evidence, that if you win something good and respin on that roulette, it seems like you get another good item. And in this case it really pays off because we get the focused plasma launcher, and now we have 3 pieces of the set. We only have to work on building the claw. So that was amazing and a great way to end this one. But yeah, that is going to be the end of our task list coverage, so I want to thank you all for watching, then ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, good luck, and take care.